Hey everybody, welcome in. Let's see. I'm gonna pop over. We are live. It is day 14 of the Builderall Bootcamp. And we're gonna do a little Q&A session today. So let me pull this open. I just gotta make sure that we're actually live. Oh yeah, baby. William likes the video. Okay, perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let me try to get in here and see if I want to see myself in the group. And that's kind of how I know that we're ready to rock and roll. So if you're here, why don't you give me a quick comment? Oh, we got a lot of people commenting. All right, nice. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, cool. All right. I got my coffee this morning. It's a coffee from Colombia. It's delicious. It's beautiful. Okay, who do we got on this thing? Let's see, Jose, Eugene. Hey, Eugene, good to see you. Ernest, good to see you. Tina, is that right? Dennis, Cindy. Hey, can you guys comment here real quick and let me know if my voice is coming through loud and clear? That would be great. Who do we got? Jerry, Frankie, Cindy, William, Dan. Three other people. I can't see the three other people. Mugisha, Cindy. Cindy, I saw your video. I was going to take a look at it. I just didn't get to watch it all. I just saw it come across my thing just like a couple minutes ago. So, Dan, Sean, Frank, Jerry, Amir, good to see you, my man. Caroline, good to see you. Elisa, Donna, okay, beautiful, beautiful. Desmond, hey, Desmond, good to see you. Perfect vocal, perfect voice. I have the perfect voice. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. All right, beautiful. Hey, well, welcome in. It's pretty early for me over here, so if I'm looking like I just rolled out of bed, I didn't just roll out of bed, but it takes me just a little bit to get looking great. Okay, so just go easy on me here. Okay. And so I got the coffee too. So, all right, awesome. This is cool. So, all right. So far this week, guys, we've gone through quite a bit of sales funnel stuff. And I think, if we go back through this week, well, actually, I mean, you tell me throughout this week, whether it was congruency, whether it was keeping it simple with just two-step funnels, whether it was actually just going in and clicking around and just making this simple funnel and just seeing how easy and quick that can be, or watching me do it. Or yesterday's video hacks. What was it? Tell me one kind of big takeaway that you're pulling from this week. What stood out to you? What was like kind of a breakthrough moment? Type it in the comments. I'm just curious. I'm always trying to get a gauge of what people are working through, what they're doing. And by the way, today or tomorrow, I will do some critiques and put up a video. It might actually be today, in addition to this live, some critiques of your all videos. Okay, so that's going to be really fun, and we'll have some fun with that. Okay, so you guys type to me in the comments. Type what's a takeaway. Mike's in the house. Ruben, Jerry, Michael, Jason, awesome. Welcome in, guys. Pumped that you're here. Hola. Let's see. Good and easy font. Congruency, video tips, simplify to amplify. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Keeping everything congruent. Fonts and sizing, congruence. Keep it simple. So, hey, here's a couple tips for you guys when it comes to like doing funnels, making funnels, things like that. Okay. What you should, like, one of the main things that I recommend to people is when you're first getting started, a lot of times what people will do is when they start making funnels, they'll just kind of log in and just start moving stuff around and start changing fonts and using random fonts and colors and all of this stuff. Here's a couple little tips. Number one, start with a color palette. And if you can, start with a more modern like color scheme, okay, from like a different website. So again, this whole thing has been don't reinvent the wheel, right? So for instance, I'm gonna put this little link here in the colors, or in the comments. I'm sorry, I was thinking about colors. So here's a link to Canva right here with website color schemes, okay? So if you scroll through this site, they'll actually give you the exact color hexes of various websites, okay? So whether you want something more muted or whether you want something more modern and clean, whatever it is, they'll actually give you like color palettes from other websites that are successful, that are designed really well, okay? Does that make sense? Is that helpful? So look in the comments right there. I just put it. It's from canva.com. Look, that's not the only place you can go for this, okay? You can go here as well. Here's another one. And guys, here's the thing. I can give you these kind of resources all day, but do you want to know the reality of what just happened here? The reality is I just typed into Google. Here's what I typed into Google. I typed into Google, color palettes for websites modern. That's what I typed into Google. Okay, for those of you who just joined, look up in the comments of this live. That's all I did, right? And so rather than getting into my sales funnel and starting to develop and design my whole thing from scratch, guys, just start with something really simple that's already been designed by probably, you know, some of these websites, some of these companies probably paid $10,000 to $15,000 to have their website designed and have a whole color scheme designed for their site. Why pay that money or reinvent the wheel if you can just hack it? You can just look at theirs and be like, wow, that's beautiful. Do you think a color scheme is something that's proprietary? Nope. Okay. No, the words don't need to follow. The words used don't need to follow the color palette. Not at all. Now, like, if you want something that's more legacy branded, like a little bit more timeless, maybe don't use super modern, bright colored fonts, right? So there is a little design element to it, but it's really like, it's really just on you, okay? Yeah, Caroline, that's a great idea. I like that a lot. But ultimately, for those of you just joining, ultimately, when you go and create a website, when you go and create a sales funnel, the bottom line is like, don't reinvent the wheel, right? Look through the comments up above. If you're just coming on, I'll say this just one more time. And I gave some examples, but you need to empower yourself to figure these kind of things out, right? So what I'm actually hoping for many of you is that when you purchase something like this, you don't just come in and look for me to give you these websites like Canva or whatever else. What I want to empower you to do is know what I typed into Google and how I figure it out, right? Because then you start to make this shift from just consuming, endlessly consuming, to finally being able to figure it out and then give back. And you create the course next time. You create the boot camp next time. And you get on a Facebook Live and you say, hey, if you're designing a website or a sales funnel, guess what? There's a couple really great websites. I'm going to go and type it in right now into Google. Check it out. You want to take a look? Okay. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful. The other thing with sales funnels is like with elements, for instance, okay? With elements on your page, with buttons in your sales funnel, with headlines, with fonts, with font sizes, okay? Here's a good example. So let's say that let's say that I really, really like a certain website, okay? So I'm trying to figure out if I can share my screen on this, and I don't think I can, to be totally honest with you. You know what, this example is not going to work because I'm not on Zoom. I'm just here on Facebook Live, so we'll scrap that. But if you use, so it, like in Google Chrome, for instance, I'll just explain this really quick. If you go into Google Chrome, at the top of your menu, at the top of your computer, there's a view, right? You can click view and then click developer and then click JavaScript Console. And in the JavaScript console, it's going to look weird. It's going to look confusing. But you can go to any website and figure out what font they're using, what the font size is, what the line height is, all of that stuff on any website. Any website. So if you really like somebody's sales funnel and you're like, man, I wish I could design just like that, just pull it open on your screen. If you have a big screen, I'll pull sites open on one side of my screen, and I'll pull another site open on another side of my screen, and I'll just basically mirror the design and maybe change button colors and move an image around or something. Like great sales funnel builders know one thing, and it's just you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just don't. Okay. Suggestions on headlines. Yeah, sure. Suggestions on headline for Builderall. Oh, okay, I got you. So you're an affiliate for Builderall. Like, what's a good headline to use? So here's the way to reverse engineer this. Okay, so let's imagine for a second. Now watch me really quick. Let's imagine for a second. Let's try to go right to left here. So, okay, so over here, actually, let's start on this side. So over here is your marketing. Over here is the Builderall final page where they're going to purchase, right? If you're an affiliate marketer, if you're selling anything that's somebody else's product, then what you need to do is look at the actual company's language and their website and their product, where you're going to be sending them, and you need to mirror that language on all of your marketing over here, right, Sharon? So again, that's down to congruency, right? It's down to congruency. So if I was to go to builderall.com, here you go. This is exactly what it says right there. Look in the comments. All the tools you'll ever need to quickly and easily grow your business online. Start, grow, and scale your business all in one location. That's what I would put. Because then when people go through my sales funnel, if that's what I'm marketing, if that's the pitch and the angle that I'm going with, at least I know that if they go all the way through this friggin' thing, then they're going to get to the Builderall page and sign up, most likely. Going to increase my conversions. Can you go from an opt-in page straight to a webinar replay page of a ClickBank product and run Facebook ads to it? Can you go from an opt-in page straight to a webinar replay page? Dennis, it depends on if the ClickBank product is, are you talking, you cannot run ads to an affiliate link. Just to be very clear with everybody here. On Facebook and Instagram are the same thing, but on Facebook and Instagram, you cannot run Facebook ads to an affiliate link. You can't do it. So it's prohibited by their ads. So if you can't run ads to an affiliate link, then no, you can't do that. But if it's your own webinar replay page of a ClickBank product, yes, you could do that, I guess. I guess the question is that webinar replay page an affiliate? If the opt-in page, Dennis, is your opt-in page, and then as soon as they opt in, they go to the affiliate link, that's okay. As long as that initial page that you're sending them to from Facebook ads is going straight to your own page, then you'll be fine. So, what other questions do you guys have? Anything? What's on your mind? What have you? These are good questions. These are helpful questions. Let's see. Mine's a little bit delayed. James in the house. What's up, buddy? Raymond is in the house. Gordon, Eli, Julia, good to see you. Gil, Cindy, Lisa, Josh. I didn't mention you guys before, but welcome in, guys. I got my coffee. It is early here. We're like 7 a.m. here, but I'm pumped. I'm a morning person anyway. I like coffee. So the other thing with sales funnels, we talked a lot about congruency this week, and it's just a never ending kind of thing, but never buy ads for something else than a lead capture page. So in the world of congruency, so here's what most marketers miss, right? Here's kind of the journey, the timeline of a successful marketer. Okay. If this is, let's see, I can't tell if I'm doing right to left or left to right. If this is your starting point over here, right? Starting point here, this is successful. Let's say your first $1 million online. Okay. So this is just getting started. This is first million online. Most people spend about this far of the timeline, almost all their timeline, purchasing courses that talk about the new secret hack or the new copywriting secret or the new Facebook ad secret, right? And then once they actually start making money is usually when they realize that most of those hacks don't really work. The reason the hacks worked was because the marketing and the message was clear and congruent. That's really it. And then there's this gap of time right here where they learn it and then they go super quick and start making a bunch of money. And it actually works. Even a sales page should try to get leads in addition to sales. Do you suggest you put the story or video? Cindy, I would recommend putting both on a thank you page. Okay. So the way that I suggest to do it is to basically have a headline up at top, a video, and then beneath it have a bunch of words. Okay. I might have a great example of this. Hang on one second. Something like, I do have an example, so bear with me one second here. Let's see. Now, Cindy, you were talking about, I believe you were talking about the sales page. So let me, here, I'll just grab you a quick little link you can go look at. So bear with me one sec here. So, yeah, guys, so here's a good example. Here's a good example of a page where it's got the video. This is actually just a random guy, client, whatever. But Cindy, in the comments, you can check that out. Basically, that was built in Builderall, and yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful, looks great, and it just works. The only thing that's missing on that page, I think he might have edited something, is there should be a button as well at the bottom of the page. But yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm not a partner with him, so if you go purchasing something from him, I'm not going to make any money off that. But at least you guys can kind of see the headlines, what that looks like, the line spacing, line height, all of that stuff. So what's the next review? When is the next review of sales funnels? Hopefully soon. I might do a review video today of some sales funnels and then some videos. Hey, welcome in, Bonnie. Good to see you. In the last example with ClickBank, there was no bridge page. Yeah, you don't have to have a bridge page. I mean, look, you're going to, if you're in this for the long haul, which you should be, the important piece of the bridge page is that you're connecting people into your brand and integrating people into your brand. Okay, so here's the myth of affiliate marketing. Here's the myth. The myth is that you can set up some ads or you can set up a blog or whatever and just hammer people and point people to one single offer, always to just your affiliate link, right? The reality is that most Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of these social media networks are realizing that most affiliate marketers are bad marketers. They're kind of scammy. They're bad at marketing, right? They're misleading. So what they've done is they've essentially blacklisted URLs and sites and ads and all of this stuff that just leads straight to an affiliate link, because they're just like, okay, this guy is just, he's not really marketing a valuable product. So because they've done that, the importance of the bridge page is now you're disconnecting anything you're advertising, anything you're pointing people to. There's no tie to an affiliate link. The other piece is that, guess what? A lot of companies go out of business or sell, right? And so now if you are sitting there and you're on all your blog posts, on all your videos, on all your stuff, you're just pointing people out to an affiliate link, and then suddenly that goes away, guess where your income goes? Away, right? As where in a different case, you can take that URL and point them to a different offer through a different funnel, and you can do that pretty quickly while still maintaining your brand. If you're only ever just pointing people to an offer, 5 years down the road, these people aren't going to buy from you again. You've built no relationship. You've built no trust, which really means you've built no asset. You don't have an asset. So you essentially, you just don't have any business. You might be making a little bit of cash flow, but it's more of a hobby and it's not really a business. All right. For a landing page with video, should there be a verbatim of the video in any part of the page to reinforce the message, or slow, Ernest? So I would always look, if there's ever the option, always just essentially have a video and then a transcript of the video in script beneath the video. So I posted a link to this guy's Stafford's in the comments. You can see there's a video, and then it's literally the exact script for the video down below. So if anybody can't watch the video, like, I mean, think about it. Maybe you've marketed to somebody who's deaf, right? Most people don't think of that. Advanced marketers think of that. So anyway, or blind for that matter, right? And usually their accessibility thing will be able to read out for them words on the screen. I mean, they can hear it from the video too, but so anyway, long story short, if you can have that and then type the words down below or a brief summary, you're going to increase your conversions. That's just proven. Cool. Good question. It's a great question. Let's see. I'm moving this around. Oh, there we go. William has a question, but he posted it somewhere else. Look, William has a question. Should I create my own privacy policy, earnings, disclaimers, GDPR, etc.? Here's what I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving you legal advice, but the easiest way to do that is just go find a template online, right? So again, here, let me show you how to do this. Template for privacy policy, GDPR. This is what I just typed into Google. And there's tons of them. And some of them are going to charge you, so maybe don't do those. But you can just download a PDF version and then upload it, okay? Look, guys, here's the thing. Some of you, and I'm not even saying this about William at all, this is a valid question, but some of you really need to take stock of, like, what am I doing here, okay? And that's the reality for most people. A lot of people are coming into the online space, and I'm not trying to poo-poo you or put you down or anything like that, but you need to take an inventory of, like, what are you actually doing? Do you want a business, or are you just kind of playing around? Do you want a business, or you just type it in the chat? Type a comment. And if you're just kind of checking it out still, that's okay. Just be honest. You don't need to, but type to me in the comments. Like, is this real? Because if it's real, right, you should have your own privacy policy like a business would. You should have your own terms and conditions like a business would, right? A real business would have those things, right? And if you want to know a real trick, once that little mental shift happens, if you've ever wondered why you're not as productive, or why maybe you don't create content fast enough, or maybe you have a hard time creating videos, maybe it's because that shift hasn't happened yet where you've taken the steps to turn this into a real business. Have you set up an LLC or a corporation? Have you started tracking your expenses? Have you set up a business checking account? Have you got your own privacy and terms? See, like those kind of things, what happens in your mind when you do those things is your mind actually registers like, holy crap, this is a real business, like a real one, not this cutesy little freelance thing. Like I am the CEO of a real business. And then what happens is, you want to know the most powerful question you can ask yourself? Would I hire myself as the CEO of this company? Would the work that I'm doing on a daily basis here, would I hire myself? Or maybe you're focused on the marketing end. If I was the director of marketing and sales for my company, would I hire myself or would I fire myself? Because a lot of us have lived our whole lives being employees. Just push the little like if that's true of you. Just hit like a little thumbs up if you've been an employee most of your life. And now the shift is happening where you've been a great employee. And now when you start to frame it in terms of, would I hire myself as an employee? It shifts it a little bit, right? Because now you're seeing yourself as working in your business. And now it's like, well, geez, maybe I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. I sit around on Facebook and just jerk around all day and don't really do much. All right. MBNS Enterprises LLC. We all have disclaimer templates. Got to create email consistent habits. I don't even have to think about it. Yeah, I like it. Sebastian, welcome in. I mean, so Vajko, translate every funnel, every script, every email when I want to use it in my language. So look, Vajko, I mean, that's one way to look at it, right? Right? Everything is perspective, and I understand. I'm an English-speaking white kid who's 30 years old, so I've got it pretty good. I get it. I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted. But here's the other reality, Vajko. 30 years ago, the internet didn't exist. Or if it did, it was very limited. It didn't exist. Sales funnels didn't exist. You didn't have the opportunity to use sales funnels to sell on autopilot, right? So for somebody else out there in the world who never had this opportunity 30 years ago and died without ever knowing the internet, they would say, you're saying it's not simple for you? Are you kidding? Like literally for most people throughout all of history, the odds of being born in the age of the internet where we can use sales funnels, or we can use email automation to sell products that aren't even our own, that people have spent millions of dollars creating, right? And this is a translation issue for you. See, I'm not even trying to put you down. All I'm doing is I'm trying to create perspective. Vajko, would you agree with me on that? That it's a perspective thing? Does that make sense? Look, the reality is like the odds of us being, does that make sense, guys, in the comments? Does that make sense? The odds of us being born human are more than 1 in a trillion. And then the odds of us being born in the age of the internet is even way, way, way lower. it's not even calculable. So I think if we're all sitting and if we're honest with each other, like if we're honest, we're just kind of look each other in the face, we'd say like, we're extremely blessed. Like we are extremely lucky to be on this Facebook Live in this moment, being able to go on the internet and literally figure anything out in the world that we want to. There was a time where somebody's car would break down and they would have no clue what's going on with their car. Did AAA exist? Nope. Roadside assistance? Nope. Did YouTube exist where I could look up how to change a tire on my car? Nope. Like, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Yeah, we've been conditioned to not figure things out on our own. I mean, that is the most true thing ever. And at some level, guys, like, I don't know when that shift happens for you or for people. People are so different, but at some level, and this all really ties into our whole sales funnel thing, because when it comes to like, how do I integrate my autoresponder and how do I create a sales funnel? And even I have a funnels team, okay, at Legendary. I have a funnels team that builds out funnels, and it's like, oh my gosh, this has been so terrible. This has been the worst funnel ever and everything. And I'm just like, I get it, but like, you realize what we're doing here, right? We're signing into a software back office. We're creating a sales funnel that's going to sell products, and it's going to work. And one way or another, it's not really a question. Here's my last point on this. And I know I'm going into some mindset stuff, and maybe this isn't what you were looking for today, or maybe it was, I don't know. But I think you might need to hear, some of you need to hear it. The reality is that, and I just know this because I've gone to the point of being successful in affiliate marketing, or in just all of business. Not even, I mean, I own my own company right now, but here's the thing. Some of you are still wondering if this is going to work. Some of you are still wondering if this actually works. Let me just break that ice for you. Everything works, okay? Everything works. It does. I've owned multiple different companies. Some have failed. Some have done really well, like very successful. I will own more companies in my future. All right. Like, I have owned many, many different companies. I'll just tell you this. I've sold many, 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 many different products online as well. Everything works. It will work. The only question, the only variable is your resilience and persistence. So the question isn't, does this work, or is this whole online thing just kind of a gamey scam thing that people are hyping up that doesn't actually work? No, it will work. The question is, will you work? Will you figure it out? That's really the only question. That's really the only thing. There's no secret formula. There's no secret sauce. There's strategies to be learned. There's ways that you can grow your skills, and that's all true. But it's, will you work? It's not a matter of, does this work, or is this the right thing or the right way? Have congruent marketing, have a clear message, design your page decently well, make it look nice, both on a desktop and mobile, and run freaking traffic through that funnel. That's it. Like, just keep this freaking simple. Okay. All right. Best book to learn copywriting. Kadam, great question. So Kadam, I would say Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Okay. Building a Story Brand. Okay. And also, hang on. I have a really cheap book recommendation for all of you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Here, let me grab you. I'll show you. 16. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is not an affiliate link, all right? But it's this. If I were to tell you guys to pick up one book for copywriting, this company, Ogora, this is written by one of their copywriters, and they are one of the most legendary, incredible copywriters of all time. The 16-word sales letter. For some reason, that's really expensive, though. Hold on. Yeah, it just seems pretty expensive. So either I would say either grab that or Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Either of those are just, they're great. Okay, let's see. Cindy wants to know, how long does it take to work? I mean, Cindy, here's the thing. So for me, right, here's a little backstory on me. When I first got started in affiliate marketing or selling other people's products online, it was probably 9 years ago. Here's what my days look like. I worked as a barista in a coffee shop for minimum wage plus tips. Okay. And Catherine, my wife, was going to grad school. So she was not bringing in income. We were completely broke. So by completely broke, it's actually beyond completely broke, because we were in debt. And when we would pay the bills, we'd have like, pretty much every month we would have like 7 to 30. Like, it was a great month after we paid rent if we had like $100. Okay. We were like, I had spent so much on this internet stuff. I was like 45 grand in debt. Minimum monthly payments were like $1,500 a month I'm not talking for like a little while. I'm talking for like 4 or 5 years. Okay. So like, let's have some perspective here. So it was pretty bad, right? But here's my day. Here's what it would look like. I would get up really early and go to the coffee shop. I'd be at the coffee shop around 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. I would work until about 1 to 2 p.m. So like a pretty full shift, 7-8 hours. Come home, take like a 30-minute nap, work on my business till dinner. We would sit down, have a meal. And then during the evening, while we were watching TV or whatever, I had my laptop open and I was slaving away on this stuff, watching trainings. I was on webinars, training, all this stuff. I was just learning, implementing. And I did this for years. Back then, it was way harder, like building sales funnels. Like, I had to code sites and stuff. Okay. Like, this is the other thing is like, if you had joined this industry 10 or 15 years ago, some of you maybe had, like, Builderall didn't exist. None of these funnel builder things existed. It was just try to figure your website out yourself by coding HTML. Like, perspective, people, perspective. My learning curve because of all of that was like 6 years. Yours is probably like 2. But the reality is like, some people are going to put in an hour a day. Some people are going to put 6 hours a day in, right, Cindy? So that's how fast you go is just in your court. Like, what can you stomach? What can you put in? Like, what's your tolerance, basically? So the shift and look, there's kind of a rule. There's a law of 10,000 hours before you become an expert in something. So it's like, you can hack it and you can try this and that and try the fast way out. But just look, the reality for anything in life, if anything is really good and you want it in life, chances are it's going to take time. All good things do. The shift happened when I realized playing poor me, victim of life, and I'm hooked in blame games. So I chose to break free from I like that, Tina. That's great. Yeah, I mean, good call there. Anybody who's giving you a definite time frame is probably scamming you. That's probably true. Imperfect action. Building a Story Brand is the second book, or the first book, maybe. 16-word sales letter is the second book. All right. Can the opt-in page have video in it? Yeah, you can have a video on the opt-in page. That's fine. All right. I'm just catching up on comments. Sorry. I have a short video on my opt-in page. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not telling you guys not to get sleep. I'm not telling you to whatever, but it is just the reality, right? Like, I read a great book by Elon Musk. It wasn't by Elon Musk. It was about Elon Musk. And I'm not even sure that I would recommend trying to replicate his formula. But basically the way that he says it is, look, I'm not any more genius than anybody else in the world. I'm not any, like, I might be just slightly smarter than some people, but the reality is I'm not like any better than most people in the world. I just sat down and I looked and I said, and here's exactly as Elon Musk says it. He says, most people in the world are going to spend 8 to 10 hours on their business. And I just calculated in my head, if I spend 16 to 18 hours on my business, that's an average of 7 more hours a day on my business, which over 1 year is 2,555 more hours on my business than other people, which is 106 more days per year worth of work. Do you think that you can outgrow people or outperform people or speed up your timeline or whatever, right? So what he said is it's just an hours thing. It's just how many hours am I going to put in a day? And I know that doesn't sound sexy. I know that doesn't sound whatever. But then every year, let's say you run this business for 20 years, you're going to end up with an extra 2,000 days worth of work over 20 years, or an extra 1,000 days over 10 years. Like, do you think that amount of knowledge, the things you'll learn, the tests you'll do, if you don't think that that's not going to put you exponentially ahead of everybody else, you'd be wrong, because Elon Musk has proven it right? He owns 3 companies that are valued at billions of dollars. So here's the thing. I mean, I think if you dig into Elon's life, there's probably some imbalances, like his relationships, like just from the surface, don't look great. And I think there's probably stuff there that's not super healthy. I don't know, but that's kind of that's the gist I would get. But the reality is like, if this is really what you want, right? If this is, and you got to just ask yourself, like, is this really what you want? Are you going to put the hours in? Like, that's just really it. It's a business. So, all right. But here's the other thing. On that same note, I'll tell you this, it can happen faster than anything else online. So I'm usually more of a conservative, like, hey, just tone it down a little, because everybody else in the industry is hype it. You can get rich so fast, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, just hold your freaking horses. But the reality is like, there's so many tools, Builderall, like, there's just so many tools out there that make things so fast and easy. It's absurd. I mean, it's crazy. So it can happen faster than you would think, just for what that's worth. Nice. Yeah, that's great. Would you get the same impact if you use a video with stock photos and overlay text? Cindy, like, a motion graphics video is actually pretty good. So like what we found to convert best would be something like this. So if you go to this, let's see. Like, if you were to go to this website, Cindy, like, that I just typed into the comments, just watch the video there. and watch the motion. It's called motion graphics. Watch the motion graphics on that page right there. And yeah. Mark, good question. I started working with Dave. It's been a while back now, but basically what I did, guys, is I'm not a David Sharp. I'm not this put my name and face up and be kind of the big time CEO founder of a company, at least not on the internet type world. What I did is I focused on building a skill set. And then I just approached him and said, hey, look, man, I don't think you're going to find anybody quite as skilled as me in terms of making training simple and easy, running Facebook ads, Google ads, things like that, and copywriting, which are all three things that you really need and value. And I think I can prove myself. So I started working for him for just a small amount of money each month just to cover my bills. And then once I proved my value and worth, we built that up because it's a high income skill. So, but again, I mean, that's 7-8 years worth of just time, energy, tons of reading books and tons of implementation. So, yeah, Bridget, I mean, you're a great example. Work 20-hour days every day. Yeah, me too. 4 hours of sleep, get back up. I mean, there's no secret sauce here, guys. It's just, do you want to grind and do it or do you not? Some people just don't, and that's okay. Like, it's okay. But you just be honest with yourself, right? That's the big thing. Just have self-awareness and be honest with yourself. And there's nothing wrong with you if you don't want to do that. In fact, it might be healthier if you don't. It might be. I don't know. All right. When it comes to creating pictures on those sites, there's generally a need to cite the source for credit. Ernest, just use pictures from pexels.com. Pexels.com. No need to credit. Okay. So yeah, Pixabay, pexels.com is one that I always use and it's great. So PEXELS.com, pexels.com works great. There's no magic button. You got it. It does take time and hard work, to say the least. Okay, cool, guys. So here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take a look at a couple of your guys' videos, and I'm going to give some feedback and upload a video later today that'll have some feedback on those things. Cindy, I love that at the end there. That's awesome. And we're going to end this live video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon. I don't know where it is for you or what time it is, but have a great whatever time, afternoon, evening, whatever. Enjoy your weekend. Hey, keep up with these boot camp trainings because we ain't stopping. We're halfway through at this point, or close to. We will be tomorrow. But let's keep rocking, everybody. Let's keep rocking. And yeah, let's keep rocking. Kadam, yes, organic traffic still works in 2019. All right, guys, signing off. Take it easy. Look later today in the unit 14 for day 14. And we will have just a quick little critique video about a couple of your guys' videos that you put up. Okay, so hey, have a good one. See ya. Peace out.